cotton right here. This was planted the 17th day of May, and it was put about that deep. We thought we was gonna get it up. Then we had some winds, hot weather. Stan actually started a pivot right here on the due south. He went east around this direction. We didn't get it up the first time. He had to go around again. Actually, the cotton on the west side of the east side of the pivot's up about a week before the east side. What we have here is the CPS nutrition stuff is on the west side, and the grower standard is on the east side. Okay. Actually, you can kind of figure this cotton's the end of May, 1st of June cotton. I mean, it's late, but it's coming on. We put a lot of mepiquat, a lot of Potenza on it. We put a lot of potassium on it. We put zinc. We do tissue samples. We did all kind of things trying to speed it up. All we need is some sunshine, and we'll get there. Of course, everybody's in the same boat at some point in time. For now, I'm going to turn this over. Who's talking first?
I'll do it first.
John Quillen.
All right, guys. Just gonna go real briefly, kind of what we've been doing out here and why we do it. You know, Ed mentioned that we have the grower standard on the east half of the field, and then our side over on the west. So what we do is we use kind of some traditional fertility methods. We'll use 3200, 1034O, products like that over on the grower standard. Products that have been around for a while. Then we use some of our new technology over on our side, and we use a system called Nutriscription to help us tell us what the plant needs when it needs it. So we'll do leaf and petiole samples, we'll do soil samples, we'll do water samples, look at every aspect of the field, see what nutrients we have available and what the plant is actually demanding. A lot of people think that nitrogen is just the key. If that crop's not looking good, they go put more nitrogen out. It's not always the case. A lot of times you might have plenty of nitrogen, but you might need something like zinc to really help that plant perform the way it needs to be. And we see a lot higher yields generally with this. We see a lot better water use efficiency. That's where we've partnered with the water board here to try to not only get higher yields, but do it more efficiently. So kind of go through how it works. Over here on this board, you can kind of see what a Nutriscription sample looks like. So this is a tissue sample from our Nutriscription service, and so that salesman will go out and pull leaf tissue samples, every week or every 2 weeks, and it'll tell us exactly what that plant needs. So we can see here our nitrogen is good. See our potassium is starting to pull down a little bit. This is a really good sample. If it was showing that it really needed something, you'd see yellow on that bar graph, and that means it's starting to get low, and then red on that bar graph would start showing you're about to start seeing deficiencies. Once you see a nutrient deficiency, you've already lost yield. So once we use this program, we can see a lot better yield response and a lot better water use efficiency. So if I look at this right here, this is over all my nutritional plots across West Texas. We're seeing about a 10 pound per acre better yield response, per inch of water. So for every inch of water, I make 10 more pounds essentially on that crop. And if we look at over here at the very end, using Nutriscription, we look at across the yield curve here, 1,000 pounds to 2,500 pound yield. You can see that the higher the yield, the more water you end up saving. So it will take 10 inches more water to get to 2,500 pounds of cotton using traditional methods versus using Nutriscription. Guys, saying Sean's going to go over a lot of the technology and the seed coming up here. Technology needs to change in the fertility as well. So we brought some technology into the fertility, tried to do things better. And around you, these signs are kind of folded up from the wind, but we've got some products out here. Riser, Black Label, Carbon. These are some of our phosphate and nitrogen type products. Carbon's a 3000. We've added some of our biocatalyst technology, and as well as some of our organic acids. The biocatalyst, essentially, that is chemicals that bacteria in the soil make. We figured out a way to grow these things and extract these chemicals, and it helps a lot with nutrient availability. It helps a lot with salt and plant health. So we built that into the carbon. That's our nitrogen product. That would replace the 3200. And then we have a product called Black Label Zinc. That helps keep that phosphate available. We have really high pH soils here. Phosphate ties up readily with calcium. So we use the organic acid part of that to buffer that phosphate from tying up to the calcium. It stays available longer in the soil than something like 1034O would. And so that being available, you use a lot less Black Label than you would 1034O. And the plant keeps its plant available, you know, a lot longer, season long pretty much. And it'll help that plant use it more efficiently. We put zinc in that product because when we pull tissues across the entire growing area, zinc is one of the most #1 deficient nutrients showing up. Zinc is responsible for moving other nutrients through the plant. So if you can keep that level right, you can use those other nutrients more efficiently as well. Over in the center of this field over here, we have an extract plot. Extract is a product that we developed for breaking down organic matter, such as your wheat stubble, your corn stubble, things like that. We put it out there to break that down because we have a lot of nutrients tied up in the stubble, and we want to break that down and have those nutrients available during the season. We don't want it to break down at the end of the season when everything's already done growing. We want to be able to use those nutrients. So we use products like Extract to help break that down, use those nutrients. Over here you can see we have a sign over here. You can look at it. We have Extract, Titan, Accomplish. Accomplish is a biocatalyst product that you can add to any type of liquid fertilizer, and then Titan is the biocatalyst that you can add to your dry fertilizer. Titan is essentially a very concentrated form of Accomplish, so you can add that to a dry fertilizer blend without getting it sticky or tacky and having a hard time getting it out. We have Black Max 22. That's just a straight organic acid package that we have there. It's a 22% organic acid. It's probably one of the highest organic acid rates on the market. I know some of our competitors sell 10 or 12% organic acids. It's also got human built into it, so that helps build up your CECs, hold more nutrition in the soil. Add that to any of your liquid fertilizer blends. Then we've got Radiate over here. We use that on this farm. Radiate has IBA and chitin in it, helps produce more roots and helps that plant grow better. So it'll actually boost up the metabolism of that plant, help it grow more, and actually produce more root hairs. You have more root hairs, you can get more contact with the soil, use the water more efficiently, grab more nutrients. It's a great product. If it has roots, it can use Radiate. It's registered for lots and lots of crops. I have several pictures on it. I have corn, soybeans, cotton over there. Go have a look at those. Next one over there is Potenza. So Potenza, we've added the IBA and chitin to it. It's a MEPQUAT product. The problem with a lot of our products that, you know, growth regulator type products, when you stunt the top of the plant, try to shut that growth down, you'll actually slow down the roots a little bit as well. So with Potenza, you can slow the top growth of that plant down and put more energy into fruit, while also increasing your root structure below the ground to use water more efficiently. So you don't want to stress that plant. You want it to grow more roots to feed those bowls that you're trying to form. So Potenza has been a very good product for us. We see a lot of really good success. It's not as harsh on the plant. It'll actually help you retain more fruit. So that's what we like to use out here on these trials. And then the last sign over there I'll talk about is Locomotive. Locomotive is a potassium foliar feed. We have lots of different products, but we've used a lot of that this year. If your crop is struggling to form fruit, or if it's not making it as quickly as it can, if it's low on potassium, it's not going to make fruit as much. It's not going to retain as much fruit. So we use potassium to help that plant form fruit more quickly and hold more on there. It's also responsible for the plant health. It's kind of like vitamin C is for us. You know, vitamin C, it ain't going to keep you from being sick, but if you're low in vitamin C, you're probably going to get sick a little bit easier than someone that's not low in vitamin C. So potassium works like that in plants. It really helps that plant immune response. It'll slow down diseases like alternaria, verticillium wilt. It can help with that. If that plant is nutritionally sound, it's not going to catch these diseases as quickly, or maybe not be as affected as a plant that doesn't have potassium. So helps with the fruiting, helps with the disease protection. So we use a lot of products like this. Ed said we have about 300 products registered. We have adjuvants and other nutritionals. We also have herbicides, insecticides. Not really the time to go through all products, but if you've got a situation you're wondering about a certain type of nutrient or an adjuvant to help something work better, you can talk to any of our CPS guys. They can help you out, point you in the right direction, use your water more efficiently, get to bigger yields, put your money where it counts without having to guess what nutrient you might need. So NutriScription is a really very good product, very good program that we have.
You laid a pretty good groundwork there. That's big shoes to fill. Like he said, I'm the lead Dyna-Gro agronomist, so when I was asked to do this project up here, it was a great opportunity for me to learn a lot about my products and everybody else's. And you can see the way this field is, this whole farm is set up. You know, we've got all the different nutritionals, and we got all the gallons per minute, the 3, 4, 5. We got it on the drip, we've got it on the pivot. But it also gives us an opportunity to see how different varieties respond to different gallons and different fertility programs. And I've learned a lot, especially on the corn side, and we'll talk about it when we get there, how different products react. And it allows us and our sales force to go out there and recommend a product that you wouldn't normally think would work on the different gallons per minute. So it's been a great opportunity for us to be a part of this program. The fertility side, like he talked about, what we've learned over the last 3 years is fertility plays just as important part in being efficient with your groundwater than it is variety selection or gallons per minute. So out here we're able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, and I think we're coming up with some really good numbers as far as being efficient. What gallons per minute is going to be the most economical thing to use. So my hat's off to the water board. This has been a great opportunity for us to get out here and learn a lot about different products and how they react to different environments. So with that being said, talk a little bit about the cotton piece as of right now. So we have 3 of my commercial varieties, the Dyna-Gro 3385, 3109, 3445. So those are mid-earlies, so they're going to work really good up here. 3109 right here at the corner is actually going to be an early season. So it's going to be probably one of the earliest extend flex on the market right now. Once you move over a little bit, I've got a couple of experimentals that I'm trying to figure out how to place. They're all going to be in that mid-early range. On the other side of it, we're going to have next gen 3406, which I think they've got a lot out. That's an extend flex mid-early season. And then on the other side, you've got Delta Pine 1522 and the Delta Pine 1612. So we've got a pretty good look at majority of the products that are being planted in this area. I mean, this is a very unbiased plot. We all replicated on the other side. You know, it is what it is. And me being a Dyna-Gro guy, I love Dyna-Gro, and I hope like heck I don't get my tail kicked, but sometimes it does. But our goal is to walk away from this knowing what is the very best product to go to the grower and recommend. So we get a lot of good information out of it. Talk just a second about my products and how I think they fit and how I think they're going to rate moving forward. 3385, that's going to be the product right up under close to the pivot there. That's going to be my #1 selling mid-early. That product actually did 8 bales down south of San Angelo last year. Set one of the bigger records out here. It has the potential going dry land, light water, heavy water. We sold a lot of it in this area this year, and I think it's going to continue to grow. One of the best products in West Texas. Actually, I think it was the #1 sold extend flex in West Texas this year. So very proud of it. 3109's right here at the corner. That's going to be the real early season. I look for it to be my #2 moving forward. It is the #1 verticillium wilt product in the market. Terry Wheeler's tested it for the last 3 years. It was her #1. It is also #1 on root knot nematodes. So this thing's got a lot of good things working for it. A real early, quick season variety. So if you get stuck and needing to plant something a little bit later on, it's going to fit really well. 3445 is right here behind it. That's going to be if you go out there and look, it's going to have really big bowls, and that's something people look forward to. That normally equates to quality. If you see cotton products that's got little bitty bowls, and there's a lot of them out there, that's normally it's going to be a little short, staple. The quality's not going to be there. This product right here is the #1 quality in our bag. It's going to be about a 58-cent loan value every time, and you can see it because the bowls are long and kind of egg-shaped. Also, it is bacterial blight resistant, and we got a lot of bacterial blight fields that's shown up in the last couple of years. That product right there is why I stuck it up here. I think it's going to be very well. Once you get over, you can see some differences with the Delta Pines and the next gens right now. As of right now, we did bowl counts last week for the grower meeting we had out here, just to kind of do some comparing between the two different fertility programs, and the same varieties are replicated on each side. But running the nutritional program, we were running about 10 more pieces of fruit per plant, more on our side than we are on the other. So that's a pretty good average. Money wise, we're not spending any more money than what we normally would. We keep the budget where it needs to be. But overall efficiency with water and fertility makes a big difference. And you're going to see a lot better yields on this side than you are running the area fertility program. So I encourage everybody to get out and go walk and look through these. I'll be around if you got any questions. I know the wind's going to put a damper on a lot of this stuff, but once we get done, we'll go down and we got the same setup in the corn, which we've got a lot more data. We've been running corn out here a lot more. This is the first year for cotton on us, so we can put a little more pieces of the puzzle together. But look, we're here to help you. If you got any questions about the programs that we run or what we do here, I'd love to be able to sit down and answer them for you. Any questions? I did a good job then, no question.